there! You're in danger!
Who are you? What do you want?
You were careless. You left a trail. Now he's on to you.
What are you talking about? Who's on to me?
A hunter demon. He's here.
There's a point in DmC Devil May Cry where everything just falls into place. A point where, after being mollycoddled through hours of gentle combat, you're finally let off the leash. And at that point, chaos ensues. The gates of hell are opened, once timid demons become tremendous horrors, and Dante transforms into a fighter of glowing theatrics and tense technical wizardry.
Ah, hell yeah!
Yes, DmC is a great action game, but it's also one that pays as much attention to its story as it does beating the living hell out of demons. Where previous games in the series were schlocky B-movie tales of adolescent fantasy, DmC has a sense of restraint and maturity, for the most part. What follows is a tale of evil, world domination and love that weaves in touches of conspiracy theory and religious dogma to great effect. There's no denying that there's still a drop of Devil May Cry lunacy to it all, particularly in Dante's cheesy quips, but underneath that over-the-top exterior lies heart.
Is that... Mom?
DmC's adventure, for the most part, propels you forward at a breakneck pace. Its varied environments not only look great, despite a few minor glitches and the more colour-soaked levels looking like they've spent a little too much time in an Instagram filter, but also provide a great backdrop for the action. And what great action it is too. With just a few taps, it's easy to perform simple combos that cut a sharp path through enemies. Once you're given multiple weapons, what opens up before you is a vast set of moves that can be smoothly chained together for some technically impressive and oh so gorgeous looking combos. The combat is done in a way that cleverly plays to the strengths of each weapon, whether it's an angelic scythe, a demonic axe, or fast-firing pistols. There are also chains that let you pull yourself towards enemies or pull them towards you. Combine your moves and the combat turns into a harmonious ballet of sword slicing, swinging and all-out carnage that's not only impressive to look at, but delightful to perform too. It's a fluid system that's easy to get to grips with. There's a trick to the timing that only practice can perfect, but the barrier to entry is low enough that even newcomers to the genre can dish out some tasty moves. The neatly animated and gruesomely designed enemies add a level of complexity too, requiring the right choice of weapon to break through heavy armour or special powers.
Hey, Snake Eye!
Such variety means you can't simply sit back and hammer buttons to win. You have to make use of your brain as well as your thumbs to succeed. That alone makes for combat that's far more engaging than a run-of-the-mill hack and slasher. Plus, if you really want to spice things up, you can use Dante's stylish Devil Trigger ability to slow down time and take out a whole group of enemies in one huge combo. Rewards for all your hard work include souls, which can be used to upgrade Dante's abilities and weapons, as well as high scores and a rating. Being awarded with, say, an A rating over a D rating is your primary incentive for perfecting your attacks, and striving for such perfection is compelling. Unfortunately, for all the greatness of the combat system, the boss battles are a big disappointment. It's not that they're inherently bad, so much as that they're formulaic and, well, old. The fights follow the usual formula of learning each boss's repetitive movements and then identifying key moments to launch an attack. All that time spent perfecting your combos and technique is simply of no use against them. You have to follow the plan or you die. The game peters out towards the end, both in its narrative and in its combat. The story takes a twist you can see coming a mile off, while later levels eschew combat for laborious platforming sections that don't live up to the excitement and action of what came before. Replay value comes in the form of different difficulty levels, where you can play levels with more powerful enemies, or if you've really got it in for your own sanity, a mode with the most difficult, hardcore, no mercy enemies, where it's game over after a single hit. Sure, those modes are very, very difficult, but in those moments when the combat system clicks and you enter that zen-like state of matrix realization to perform an epic SS-rated combo, little can raise a bigger smile or give you such a feeling of achievement. DmC succeeds both in its story and in its combat. Sure, you may balk at Dante's trendy new haircut, or maybe even miss a little of that B-movie Devil May Cry insanity. But the heart of what makes the series so enticing and so much fun to play holds true here. DmC pulls off that unlikely reboot trick of feeling fresh and inviting while still holding on to what made the original series so appealing and so special. There's no point in looking back. Dante has got a brand new future ahead of him, and if DmC Devil May Cry is anything to go by, it's going to be a great one.
Ebony, Ivory, I miss you girls.